The data types feature in Excel provides the ability to convert cells into a specific type that holds associated rich data. These can be stocks, geography, and currencies. In this video, we will focus on the currencies data type. If you frequently deal with financial data across various currencies, this tool will be a game changer for you. So let's get to it. Data types in Excel can provide additional details fetched online for some types of data. This is a very usable functionality because it can make your Excel files up to date. It will be enough for you to just enter the stock, currency, or country you are interested in and point out that this is a specific data type, and Excel will fetch other details. You can find data types under the Data Types section on the Data menu. Applying the currencies data type is straightforward. Imagine you have a list of currency pairs in your spreadsheet. To convert this list into the currencies data type, simply select the cells, then click on Currencies in the Data Types group on the Data tab. Excel will now analyze your data and convert each cell into a currencies data type. You'll see an icon in the top left of each cell indicating that this is a special data type. With the currencies data type applied, each cell now has a link to a wealth of information. Click on the icon in the top left of any currencies data cell. This opens the currencies card, which provides additional details like the currency's country, currency code, and exchange rate. You can extract this additional information onto your worksheet. With a cell of the currency's data type selected, click on the icon that appears to the right of the cell. This opens a list of all available data you can extract. Select exchange rate to add this information as a separate column in your worksheet. Similarly, you can add individual fields from the data card that was shown before. The beauty of this solution is that you not only get additional data for your stocks and currency pairs, but this is also very easy to make data up to date. Just go to the Data menu and click on Refresh All. Excel will then fetch the latest data on your stocks and currency pairs. The real power of the currencies data type shines when you use it for calculations. Let's say you have an expense sheet with costs in different currencies. With the exchange rates available from the currencies data type, you can calculate the cost in USD. Simply multiply the cost in foreign currency with the exchange rate. As you can see, Excel provides current exchange rate and also some additional data like previous close or the high and low values from the last 52 weeks. This is a very useful information if you want to see the current situation, but what if you want to see the exchange rate on a specific date in the past? Excel has an answer to this too. There is an interesting function that works well with both currencies and stocks. It's called stock history. This function allows you to retrieve historical data for a stock or currency pair. In its simplest form, this function can be invoked by typing stock history and then the symbol of the stock or currency pair that you are interested in and the date you want to see the data from. Please note that for the currency pair argument, you can refer a cell identified as currency data type, but you can also type the currency pair symbol directly in the formula. Here we will type stock history, refer to the cell with the currency symbol formatted at the currency data type, and provide today minus 30 as the data argument. With stock history, you can also get multiple values if you want to see the development of a stock of a currency pair. Just add another argument at the end of the arguments list. This will be the end date of your range. As you can see, Excel creates a dynamic range as a result. This is very useful, for instance, if you want to have an Excel file with data from the last month. In some situations, you may need to convert values in foreign currencies to your currency based not on the current exchange rate, but based on exchange rate on a specific date. This is the case in some countries when it comes to tax-related reporting. In some cases, you need to use the currency exchange rate that was valid, for instance, on the last banking date of the previous year. To be able to achieve that, you can also use the stock history function combined with the date function. Just type stock history, provide the instrument you want to see, and then use the date function to provide the year, month, and day of the date you want to see. Please note that if you provide, for instance, 2022, 12, and 31 as the date, you will get an error. That's because the 31st of December was a non-trading date and there is no data for this date. You can also see this if you hover your mouse pointer over the warning icon. But if you change the date to the 30th of December, you will see the exchange rate that was valid then. The result will still be a dynamic range with one header row and one data row. If you do not want to have the header row, just enter 0 of the parameter for headers. But what if you need to use not the exchange rate for a specific date, but an average, for instance, of the whole last year? You can get that too, but you will have to use functions for dynamic arrays to get the right effect. We will cover dynamic arrays in a separate video, but for now let's type average to get the average value. Then in parentheses we have to use the function take. The reason for this is that the dynamic array that is returned by stock history contains both the dates and the rates. So if we took an average of the whole range, we would include the dates, or rather their numeric representation in the calculation. Take allows us to pick a specific column. Then, as a parameter for take function, let's write stock history and provide our parameters, the currency pair, and the start and end dates. And then, after the closing parentheses of the stock history function, let's skip the rows argument, because we want to get all rows, and type -1 in the columns argument of the take function to get the first column from the right, and voila! We have the average exchange rate for the whole last year. The currencies data type in Excel is a powerful tool that can simplify your work with global financial data. Combined with the stock history function, it can give you a very versatile way of working with financial data and bring your Excel workbook to the next level. We hope that this tutorial has given you a good understanding of how to use this feature. Don't forget to practice what you've learned to get a solid grip on it. If you have any questions, or if there is a specific topic you'd like us to cover in a future video, just let us know in the comment section below. Be sure to check our other videos on how to use various Office applications.